things you think you can't do. All you need is a chance to try.
Something's fishy with you two.
This is too dangerous. They'll see us.
Hello, welcome to The.beniverse. My name is Ben Friedman, and for Advent Movie Review, I believe today is day 12, we are doing the film Luca, the Pixar release film from June of 2021, which follows two Italian boys who are sea monsters who have a romping good time in Italy, trying to win this competition, and that's a bike competition, I should say more specifically. And wow, I did not enjoy this film. I don't know what it was, and I guess I'll just jump straight into it because I just start with a sentence like that. You have to go somewhere from that. I don't know why I didn't enjoy this film. It is beautifully animated. That's one thing you can always rely on Pixar. It's going to look beautifully animated. And this film did not connect with me in any meaningful or resonant way. I think it was a fairly cliched story about two boys kind of having this like almost Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but in Sicily. I think they're in Sicily. Maybe, yeah, I'm going to say it's Sicily. Let's just go with it that it's in Sicily. And I don't know what it was about this film, but there was nothing that connected me to the story in the slightest. I thought none of the voice actors were particularly good. I will give some credit to, I believe it's Jacob Tremblay who voiced Luca. He is perfectly serviceable. Now, I'll go further. He's a young guy. He is perfectly fine in this role. He does what is required of him in this story. He just was not given much to work with. Now, why did I like this film, essentially? Because I don't mind cliched films, and I understand that you can't have a studio that hits 100% out of 100%. That batting average would be impossible. However, there's much more to, I think, why I didn't like this film. And it starts off with the fact of I didn't connect with any of the characters. I did not connect with the mother's story or the father. I did not connect with that family element. And the whole overarching story of them trying to win this race so they could get a bicicleta, it did nothing for me emotionally. I didn't find that whole race story or the finale of it particularly exciting. The stakes weren't really there because you know exactly where it's going to go, and I didn't think the relationship between the two brothers, and I'm blanking on who the actor who plays the second brother or the second friend is. I know he's the kid from Shazam. I believe Billy's character in Shazam. Ultimately, though, this film, the reason it didn't work for me wasn't, like I said, it wasn't this clichéness. It wasn't the fact that I couldn't buy into it. It was just that this one was so formulaic to me and so by the books that it felt completely non-special. It felt like a combination of every film Disney and Pixar and really every animated film had tried before, whether it's from the sea animation of Little Mermaid, whether it's kind of the storyline of at times Cars because of this race, the two brother relationship. We literally just kind of saw that very similar relationship. And again, I know they're not brothers, but in Onward, we just saw that last year. There's just nothing new to this film. There was nothing new in Luca. And I thought the only relationship that I thought was particularly interesting was Luca and the main girl, played by, I'm not even going to try to remember her name. I do apologize. I'll write it down here if I remember. Their relationship is genuinely well done. And I think that's kind of the most important relationship that works in this film, the relationship between these two. But ultimately, it's so far and few between that it just didn't land for me. One of the problems I had, again, specifically with Luca's relationship with his friend, the guy friend, I should say, is specifically there is this one scene that happens right before the third act where a character does something to Luca that seems kind of unforgivable and a really cruel thing to do, and they never either, that character never gets a chance to really apologize, and Luca kind of just forgives him. I wish, not, I wish they needed to explore that element, because it was such a terrible thing to do to another person, and the fact that they just kind of bypass it after that point, I'm just like, it was really dumb to me. This film is, like I said, it's cliched. It was dumb. I did not enjoy this film. I get I'm not the biggest animated film. I usually tend to like Disney and Pixar. Those are kind of the true genres of animation. Not genres, but true studios that I tend to go out of my way to try to watch their releases. And this one did nothing for me, which is unfortunate because, like I said, I've liked Pixar mostly in the past. But yeah, Luca just was not it for me. So instead of just keep going rambling on about why I did not like this film, I think you understand that just was not a film for me, and I don't blame anyone who likes this film. I think if you connect to the emotional aspects of this film is going to be way more emotionally impactful. I did not, so I did not like this film. And that's my review. So thanks for listening, guys. Join me tomorrow for the review, which is going to be, I believe for the rest of my week, this is mainly Marvel films in anticipation for the release of Spider-Man No Way Home, which means I know I have a review of Eternals, which is probably going to be a pretty in-depth, spoiler review of Eternals. And I know I have Venom, Let There Be Carnage coming out, and I know I'll have a Black Widow review in there as well. I technically reviewed Shang-Chi on my website, but I might revisit that. But we'll figure it out. So anyway, maybe I'll do a Hawkeye review. It might be a cheat, but maybe I'll do a little bit of a Hawkeye review instead, because I haven't seen that. But yeah, so anyway, next week's going to be Marvel heavy, guys. So stay tuned, take care, and see you later. Bye-bye.